Slaptail Squad, assemble.
If you're listening to this, you remember the great Slaptail Nation, my nation. And who am I? I'm the Beaveman, master of the universe, creator of all things great and small, and Lord High Commander of the great Slaptail Nation Army. And with me today, live in the Beaver Den, with an ass so fine it'll make you want to violate the first commandment, the Padme to my Darth Vader, the evil into my Skeletor, and the Harley Quinn to my ever-so-sane Joker. I give you the heart-shaped ass that is the Swan. Say hello, Swan.
Hello, Swan.
Why do you always smack your lips before you say hello, Swan?
I don't know.
It's very obnoxious.
It's what I do.
Have I not taught you?
I do it just for your entertainment.
How are things going?
Oh, you know. Did my 5 things. I'm good for the week.
Okay, good for you.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Also with us today, making as much noise as she possibly can, opening, playing with her drink. Yes, exactly.
I'm a fidgeter.
Comedian from the east side of the state. We give you Kate Dore. Doré. Doré.
Yes, that's it.
Kate, how are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm hanging in there. You guys been doing all right?
Yes. Welcome to the virtual world.
Yes.
Of the Beaver Den.
The virtual den.
I like
virtual
it.
Den. Are you a vinyl fan?
The
Is that what
whole
we see
pile
behind
of sticks. Yes. Yep. It's a problem, and I'll send you a picture when we're done. Because behind me, on the floor, all around the whole doo-doo, and my table is literally built out of record shelves that
Cool.
we're sitting this computer on right now.
What kind of music
I
do you
probably
like?
have. I'm all over the place. Anything except pop, country, and like really pop, mumble rap, blah, 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 blah. Everything else. I'm pretty open. I really, really like collecting old country. I have a ton of old country, psych stuff that I feel like was meant to be on vinyl because it was put out that way. I don't know.
Do you have like a really special, like old timey record player? Or do you have a new record player?
No, I have an old one. So that wood box there, that's a 1985 MCS. So MCS was the brand that was at Sears, but Technics made them. And then my setup, I have 2 floor 3-way Fishers from the 80s because I wanted it to be complimentary of each other, I guess.
Nice.
Nothing too crazy. I didn't go too nuts. My whole system's like couple $100 from finding stuff online and doing a preamp and etc. But nothing too nuts.
Okay.
I wouldn't be like, there's a couple orphans. This is my stack. Those 3 are ones that need some repairs. So I have my orphans. That tall long boy on the bottom, that guy is 8-track and radio and everything. But the head's stuck. So I got to figure that out.
I hate it when the head is stuck.
I know. It's so
such
hard
a
when
problem.
the head gets stuck. If you do veterinary medicine and you know dogs lock up. That's a little weird. Their head gets stuck. Little funky, but little TMI.
So they just come in. They just come in stuck to a doodle. 2 dogs stuck together.
There's some breeding. They do the breed and then they flip and they're still locked together with the thing. There's some weird shit that goes on when you breed dogs.
Interesting. Fantastic. Went right from vinyl to
dog fucking.
Dogs getting
I'll send you a video so you can be well informed.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that in the emergency room. Just like 2 adults come in stuck together. I'd be like, what? This is great.
Dude, I'm sure there's some weird cock ring situation or something that you
feel
get
like
in the
that
ER
has probably happened.
Yeah.
My favorite's talking to any ER nurse, and I'm like, all right, what's the weirdest thing you've seen in somebody's ass? And it's like, well, everybody's got a story. Everybody has a story.
Yep, we got lots of those.
Thankfully, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Now I do get stories.
ER? What do you guys do?
Oh, we both work from home.
Oh, nice. All right, that's cool.
Oh, by the way, I would be
Oh, yeah.
remiss if I didn't say this right away. Fuck Russia. Fuck you, Russia. Fuck you. You will never be my ally. I don't give a fuck what Cheeto in charge, his little
Yeah.
couch fucking bitch, and that
Did
freaking
you see how they had
drug
him
up.
seated on the couch? And
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
ooh, this is kind of
Careful.
spicy.
Yeah.
And
Careful.
that poor awkward little Marco Rubio looked a little disturbed to be
Yeah,
sitting on the
exactly.
couch with them.
So fuck you and fuck your South African. Looks like he washed up on the beach, pale ass bitch motherfucker. There we go.
Oh,
And
man.
once again,
Yeah.
fuck you, Russia. Just ordered my Ukraine t-shirts with the
They're
Ukraine symbol in the
listening.
middle.
They're listening.
So I can't wait to freaking bust that out and start wearing that when I do sets for comedy and when I do my podcasting.
Hell
And
yeah, dude.
bless the people of Ukraine. Keep fighting, kicking ass. Keep doing it.
Hell yeah.
Keep on keeping on. And thank you to Europe for supporting them. Thank you, Canada. You don't want to be the 51st state. God bless you, Canadians. And thank you to my
Greenland.
people in Mexico for saying, fuck you. It's the Gulf of Mexico. Go fuck yourself, Cheeto in charge. Okay.
Hell yeah. I love day one priority, change the name. Don't figure out those egg prices you promised. You gotta make sure you change the name of a body of water because that helps everyone.
Yeah, one of the comedians who
time.
did our show the other night said that his car got egged. And he's like, what are these rich kids? Just
Yeah.
fucking throwing eggs away?
What are they doing?
What are you doing? It's just, you're throwing cash. What's wrong with you?
Stuff's worth more on the black market, man. What the shit?
You're better off throwing a chicken.
The best is pranking somebody and get a can of Vienna sausages and thread them down their antenna on their car.
Oh, that's funny.
That's
That's
That was
cute.
pretty funny. I've done that before. That's a good one.
You know what
I
we
like
did?
it.
I did this once. I took an egg and I got the middle out of it. You know how you do that for like Easter eggs. You know, you want to make the hollow egg. And then
Yeah.
I filled it with Vicks. And then I threw that.
What?
Yeah, I was like, what can I do that would just be kind of out there and off the wall? So I filled it with Vicks and I think like pepper. I don't know. And I
Did
threw
you
it at my
melt it in
friend.
the microwave or how'd you facilitate the filling?
I just forced it. I just forced it in there.
Jammed it in
I just
there.
jammed it in there.
Ooh,
And then I threw it at my
no,
friend's
thumb
car.
it in.
And it was, and then later on, she's like, "What was in that egg you threw at my car?" I was like, "Vicks."
It's very effervescent.
It's very Mexican of me. I filled it with Vicks. I'm like, "What did we have on hand?" Vicks. That's what we have on hand. There we go. Used it.
And if it hit the
appropriately.
window, it's gonna take forever to come off.
It hit. That's where I smashed it. Was on the window. She's like, "What was in that?" She's like, "It was all over."
That's you like grease the handle.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be fun.
So the
Yeah,
car
that's fun too.
handle, it's a surprise because you don't see it until it's too late.
Or like the
That
old,
one?
like the really old ones that had just the big push button sticking out. I
Yeah.
used to just I would just like back my rectum into that and have my own little
Ew.
secret prank that they didn't know about.
Little kiss, just a
Just a little smooch.
balloon
It's
knot.
my own little private prank that they didn't know. I'm like,
Oh, that is devilish. That is diabolical.
it's like you touched your thumb to my booty hole. There you go.
I like the one where you do the windshield wiper and you line up crayons in the summer, and when they hit the wiper, it's like a rainbow melts across.
Oh shit, that's devil. That's
one.
pretty evil.
That one, but it's very pretty. That's diabolical, but pretty at the same time.
What was the shit? What was the prank that Davison told? The shit dollar.
Oh yeah.
That's terrible. The shit dollar.
Yo,
If you're at a party.
I just always assume it's a shit dollar because it's been in a stripper's butt crack or something. I don't know. What's the shit dollar though? I need a fill me in. Fill me in.
She's like, if you're at a party, you take like a $5 or a $10 bill, and you put a little piece of Duke on it, and then you fold it, and you drop it on the floor.
And you wait to see who picks it up.
See who picks it up.
No, we used to do this thing. All right, so my fiance Nick, that you guys met, his brother owns a house that legit backs up to a 7-Eleven. So they would sit on the roof of the garage with a fishing pole with like a 10, and somebody would run the 10 out into the parking lot of the 7-Eleven, and then they'd sit there and wait. And as soon as somebody was coming up, they'd just be like, "Zzz."
Oh, that's funny.
This is the kind of entertainment you do in the suburbs when you're a bunch of white kids. It's very, and these are all people that are above drinking age. He didn't buy that house until he was 26, maybe.
Impressive that he could buy a house. Those days are gone forever.
We got lucky. We squeaked in there. We squeaked in 2011. Both of us, him and I, like my fiance and I, and his brother, each squeaked in at that dump. It's not great for anybody who needs to buy a house now.
No.
Nope.
There's no
Not
point.
great.
No
But
point.
The Gulf of America.
Yeah. But we got that. I like how the basically the Mexican president was like, sure, you can name your part of it, however, whatever you want. Considering you don't, only part of, very little of it is actually part of the American coastline. It only goes out to a certain distance. So sure, go ahead, name your little section.
Go right ahead.
Knock yourself out. Freaking douchebag.
All yours, bub.
You know what I love about podcasting? Is that they still haven't figured out how to shut us down or regulate
As long
us.
as we don't play any copyrighted music, that's
for some
they
reason
get picky about
it can only
that,
be like a
but-
few seconds.
or if
even.
it's something really weird, they won't get you. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually got YouTube got mad at us for our last one. And it was only a few seconds that we played a video of Swan dancing and lip syncing to
It's
Tricky by Run DMC. And I got a message from YouTube saying,
oh no,
some
shit!
of your content can't be
Even that
displayed.
like 8 seconds.
Yeah, it was not long at all. I was like, are
What?
you kidding me? Whatever.
Facebook's super weird about it because that's going back into the vinyl psychosis that I have. I was selling records on Facebook, and I would do live auctions. You just go live on Facebook, blah blah blah. If you played anything from 70 to now, flagged immediate, and it would shut your video down. So I had to be super careful about that. So I'd play like random jazz instrumentals or something really bizarre. It was very, very picky. The sooner in time you got, the more likely you were to get pinched. But Tricky, for a second, and you're talking about something
It wasn't very
is
long.
wild.
It was literally less than
Yeah.
it was like less than
Yeah.
a minute.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, really? But and then when
Yeah.
I did the podcast, when I released the podcast, I cut most of it out. So there was very little in the podcast, but we did it as a stream to YouTube. So that's what they were.
Oh,
And I don't even know.
they're gonna get picky about it.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
Fuck Russia. Also,
I'm a rebel, Dottie.
you don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me.
So dumb.
R.I.P. Pee-wee. R.I.P. R.I.P. So tell us, I think we should just talk a little bit about women in comedy a bit. Swan, your take on women? Well, let's get Swan's. Let's
go
get
for it.
Swan's opinion on women in comedy first. Swan,
I want to know what she's gonna say.
yeah, let's hear it from
It's-
Swan.
I mean,
It's tricky.
it's tricky. It's tricky. Yeah. So I'm not going to be judgy, but I'm going to be judgy. And Beefman says I hate women. But out of all of that, it's not that I hate women. There's just a very small selection versus I do hate women. Yeah, I hate women. I hate anyone who has a vagina
And men.
and men. I hate them too.
And
So,
children.
and children, dogs, cats, basically everybody. I hate everybody. But no, there's a selection of women who do comedy, and the amount of, like, I don't know how, if there's comedians, if you label them all, probably 1 out of 50 to 100 are a woman. There's way, way, way more men. So of those 1 out of 50 or whatever the ratio is, I don't know statistics, I'm bad at those. But the women, majority of them.
Jesus, get to the
I'm
point.
trying
Holy
to not be
fuck.
mean. I'm trying to not be mean. I don't want to hear about your vagina for the 90% of your jokes. Like, I don't want to hear about how much cock you suck. I don't want to hear about your vagina for 90% of your jokes. I don't think it's funny. It's gross. And if you don't tell a real joke, I'm already turned off. I'm like, nope, she's not funny. Guys talk about their dick jokes and all their whatever, and I just ignore them because there's 10,000 men comedians. So that's my take.
Deep.
Yeah. That's deep.
Deep.
Yeah.
Deep takes. Swan. Good cut. Good take.
Was it good? Was it
take.
good? Yeah.
That's great.
So,
Switching over to...
just so you know, Kate didn't do that. So,
Nope. I'm a fucking weirdo.
And I thought she was funny. So, hence, yay.
Thank you.
I thought she was funny also. It just pisses me off when people tell me how long they've been doing comedy. And I'm like, God, you're funny.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. It's another psychosis thing of being obsessive over something. Yeah, I hit my year in October.
Bitch.
So that, and just being like a nut with comedy. Like Nick and I have been together for a really long time. So
Nick, is Nick your fiance?
Yeah. Nick's my fiance.
I feel like we're going to go back and see she's already said that like about 7 times.
That's going to be our drinking game. Every time Kate mentions her fiance.
That guy and I have been together a long time. And that guy, he loves comedy too. And I grew up in a house that, big SNL house. They liked stand up. They liked Eddie Murphy. They liked a lot of wild people. So I saw stand up comedy from a little kid, but then getting into it is like, I don't know. It's funny. As soon as I was like 21 and could go, the big club here is Mark Ridley's out here. So as soon as we could start going to Ridley's, and then you find these other clubs pop up where there's like the Independent and Hamtramck, and we're comedy nerds. We probably see a comedy show at least once a month, if not more, even before I started doing it. So then when I started doing it, it's like real heavy, crazy. And yeah, I don't know. That I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's what anyone's like, wait, you've only been doing it like just over a year? I'm like, yeah, but it's a whole compulsion and it's in my head all the time.
Yeah, that's
all
good.
the time.
Yeah, mine's in my head all the time too. But
Yeah.
I have a hard time writing stuff without getting what's the word? What word am I looking for, Swan?
Hacky?
No, I never.
I was kidding.
That
Dark.
doesn't-
I'm just kidding. I was kidding. Dark. It goes dark real quick. And
I like the dark though. I'm a big Norm Macdonald and like Attell. Like Dave Attell is probably my biggest voice in my head. I feel like every comic has some voice in their head of somebody that they're thinking about. And Attell is really up there. Norm Macdonald. So I like dark. And I like being weird, and that's like not doing the I'm bleeding out of my vagina and I can't find a man. Like I don't have that in my head at all. That's not. I can't deal with broads. Any of the broads that do that kind of comedy, I'm like, there's a place for them. There's a place for them. There's a place for them.
Right. It's just not where you particularly.
It's not me. It's not. It's not my head. It's not. Yeah. I can't do it. Yeah. But when you go into what's your time? Because mine of like thinking of something that I'm like, ooh, this maybe this could be something. And mine's like falling asleep.
Yep.
I'll be falling asleep and I'm like, shit, like get my phone out, type in my Google Keep. I'm like, at least one sentence. Because if I don't do a sentence, then I'm screwed because I won't remember what I was thinking about. Or I'll be in the shower, somewhere that's very inconvenient to think of a premise or whatever. Yeah. What's your thing?
That's what mine is. I'm starting to drift off to sleep. Something will hit me and I'm like, fuck. And then I'm always like, oh, I'll remember tomorrow. And then I don't.
No, I have to write it down immediately. And then anything that's like 2 words that I have in my Google Keep, that I have this one that's like dictionary remix. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? Like, what was I trying to say?
Yeah, you have to be a little bit more specific to yourself. You're like, what are you talking about?
Yes. My guess is because the dictionary's been adding all these stupid words where they'll be like, no cap and on fleek and like this thing that all the kids are saying these days. We're going to add it in this year. So like Merriam-Webster will add in shit. And it's like, why? We don't need that. It's not going to be relevant in a decade.
No, it's annoying.
So when I was finishing my bachelor's, I did my minor in French. In the French dictionary, they don't play with that. They don't do that. And that's what I think my brain was trying to go to. I don't know. Who knows? I have no idea. I'm a crazy person, so it could be anything. But that's my guess.
So what's my opinion on female comics?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, we didn't get to you yet. Yes. You
Okay,
tell us.
I
Who do
think-
you like? Wait, I want to hear. All right. Tell me your opinion on female comics, and I want to hear a couple female. Like, you only have to name like one or two even that you do
Okay.
like.
Well, my favorite comic is a female.
See if you
Okay.
can guess based on like what you know
Being a
of him.
weirdo,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Jess Curson.
I don't know what that is.
What? I think Swan, now that I know Swan's nickname, I think Swan would really like Jess Curson. Jess Curson, great. Older female lesbian, does a lot of crowd work. I don't know if you're into crowd work, but Jess is one of my favorite female comedians.
Okay, we'll put
Dark.
that on our list.
Eleanor Kerrigan. No, maybe no.
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Eleanor's Philly trash. She is number 8 out of 10 kids raised by a single mom. Adore her. She's just a tomboy. Love her. Somebody dark and weird. Who's your favorite male comedian? Give me that.
Anthony Jeselnik.
He is dark. I like he leads you into stuff. I'm very gullible in comedy, so he leads me in. He fish hooks me, and then he does the turn, and
Yeah.
I'm like, son of a bitch, got me again.
Oh, yeah.
Well, even the turn is like weird and like, oh, you're going there
turn
with
is-
that, and I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
that's even worse.
Yeah, we've seen him a couple times, and I'm like, damn it, he got me again.
Oh, yeah. I wrote this joke the other day that I thought was pretty good, and I still haven't done it yet.
What do you got?
Because I'm going to be hosting this weekend again, and so
Hold on to it.
I can't use it for hosting because you have to be different for
Too
hosting.
weird.
Yeah.
Can't
I
be
try to
super
be-
dark.
I try to be more clean and less insane.
Yeah.
The times I've hosted, I try to reel it in a bit.
I've primarily
For sure.
hosted because we produce our own shows, so I'm not going to pay a host. The one time I was going to have,
Yeah.
I wasn't going to host, I had somebody lined up to host, and our feature comedian got sick. So I was like, fuck, that means I got to.
Oh no!
Like
yeah,
last
that
minute,
sucks.
thankfully, the person that I had hosting is a really funny comedian. So I just messaged him. I was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, dude, can you just feature and I'll host?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." So
Oh, nice. Yeah, that worked out all right.
yeah,
that was
worked out
lucky,
good. But-
especially to trust somebody to feature when it's like you need that amount of time. Like, can this person?
Oh, he always
Do
does
that
it.
time.
He does time more than he hosts. So I was like,
Okay, that's good.
yeah. So
That's good.
it was an easy transition for he just did his normal thing. So, and it was great. But yeah, if you're hosting, you have to be kind of like the opposite
Yeah.
of what I am. I'm not a dirty comic anyway. I don't do like dirty. I
Yeah,
don't do dirty. I like have some stuff that I kind of hint around at, but it's not like dirty.
I try not to swear as much because my normal vernacular day to day is a lot of swearing, and then I'll try to avoid. I have my question ones where I'm like, "Do you guys remember?" And I try not to do that in case that would bury someone. If the audience feels like it's okay to talk, I don't want to do that. So I try to avoid questioning. I try to avoid being like fuck. Part of my normal vernacular, but I try to avoid it. Or I'll change like tits to boobs,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, instead of saying
All
like, I'll say something like, instead of saying like asshole, I meant like your booty or your booty hole or whatever. But yeah, in general in hosting, I don't swear really that much in general in
I don't
comedy.
remember you being a big swear. Yeah.
No,
You're not
but-
like a big swearing guy.
on the podcast. I swear a lot, but in general, I don't.
Yeah.
In comedy, Swan does it in conversation. Swan is swearing.
That's what I mean about just my vernacular and conversation, I think is a lot of F-bombs.
That's
I
my
don't hold
favorite
back
word.
too much.
hmm But I
Yeah,
can
I
rein
say
it
that-
in. I don't have to use it.
It's
I feel
embarrassing.
like-
It's literally embarrassing.
I have my professional, like being at work, like you guys know, being in a medical practice is like being semi-professional and not swearing. And I shift into my normal brain. I don't know if it's my lizard brain, whatever, shift into that. And That's a lot of swearing. I like the C word. I like. Yeah.
So back to my favorite female comedian.
Yes, I need to know.
Also an actress.
Yeah, but she's primarily a comedian.
Okay, yeah, I'm just trying to give
She
clues.
just does like small parts. She doesn't have like major parts.
Small parts, female comic.
Insane. How's that?
Like,
does that work?
Legit,
like crazy.
Roseanne Barr.
Oh God, no. When's the last time Roseanne did stand up? Like before she went to before Roseanne.
I went to Skankfest in 2023. Not this past year, unfortunately, but the year before. She was insane, but she is hysterical. Like, I know she's went way off the rails, like Trump crazy, went really, really, really down the rabbit hole. But dude, there was this point that she was on. Do you guys know Legion of Skanks? Have you ever heard of Legion of Skanks?
No.
New York Comics. It's Big J. Okerson and Dave Smith and Louis J. Gomez. And she was on one of their live podcasts, and it was her and Violent J of Insane Clown Posse and Roseanne. Seriously, I felt like I was going to piss my pants because I was laughing so hard at Roseanne. But I'm trying to think of another female comic that does small parts. I'm the worst. All
right, it's Maria Bamford. There you go.
Oh, you told me that the other night. You told me that when we hung out the other night.
Yeah.
She is hysterical.
Yeah.
Actually legit crazy.
Legit crazy.
I was like, she is actually
I don't know
certifiable.
I don't know how she did her set. I don't know if it was 45 minutes or an hour, but she just was like nonstop talking the entire time and still tied everything together. And I'm like, that was insane.
Wait a minute. Yeah, you're like, wait, how did it circle back?
How did she do that? I'm like, I don't think anybody.
That she did. What was it during the pandemic when she's like just in her living room? That special that she did to no one.
I don't know how she does it. I honestly think that nobody can do what she does.
I don't think so. Because that just, what is her actual diagnosis?
Bipolar disorder. I don't know which type.
But she has something else too.
She has a mood disorder also, I think, and a personality disorder.
Does she have multiple personality too?
No,
yeah.
I don't think so. No.
She's something else though, yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant to see, like, yeah.
Yeah, she's great.
Oh my gosh.
I like Kathleen Madigan. I think she's just cute and funny.
Yeah.
She just cracks me up because she laughs at herself, and her laugh is hilarious.
Yeah.
And I still like Sarah Silverman. I don't care what anybody says. I still like Sarah Silverman.
I can see it. I get when people. I'm weird. I'm back and forth on her because she hurt my beautiful angel David Tell when they were dating.
That's your own fault. Stop.
Like,
all the comedians should stop dating her. Yeah, stop dating her.
Like, how did you ruin that? Then you go to Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, stop dating her, you idiots. I would date Sarah Silverman.
Yeah, she's fun though. She's fun. I don't want to discredit her being fun and funny and a great writer because she's been in her writing room a lot in a lot of different shows. So yeah, she's very funny.
She's great, and I also think that I like her. I also like her because Sarah Silverman can be dirty, but not be. It doesn't make you feel gross when she's dirty.
Yeah, you're not like, I need to take a shower.
Yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
So I think that she's mastered that better than all the other women who try to do it, in my opinion.
There's some female comics that I'm like, ugh. I love, have you ever seen Bridget Everett? She's off the rails. She does singing and she'll like sit on a guy's face in the middle of her set, and I don't know, she's just very funny. I saw her live before, and she definitely was one that I was like, she's wild, but she's a fun, dirty, talks about her pussy, but also can keep it real and be funny at the same time. Hers is a stage show.
Yeah,
definitely.
Oh, you know who else is really good and is cute? I like it when comedians are cute. Like they have cute stories, cute sets.
Oh, yeah.
Like Fortune Feimster.
I get it.
She has cute stories. Her stories are pretty cute. It's kind of like,
Fortune has good ones about being like, she's a girl, but she's kind of a tomboy, and then finally comes out. So I do like that. She's funny.
she has a set where she talks about swimming. Remember that? Where she just kept going to like the snack bar. That's pretty funny. Yeah. So she is good. I think she's funny.
Yeah. I like, do you know Jordan Jensen?
I know that name. I don't think I've seen a set though.
Jordan, I just feel so connected to Jordan and being like a weird tomboy kind of person growing up and having just a very dysfunctional home. So she's a child of divorce, and her mom ended up being a lesbian and has all these like, I don't know. You'd have to watch her. She is very damaged and needs a lot
for
of
good content.
of help. But
I would be
she
remiss
is
though if I
very
didn't
funny.
mention my other female comedians that I think are funny that are Michigan comedians though, that I think have a good potential. One of my favorite comedians is Brianna Blackburn. She's from the Grand Rapids area, but she is very funny, and I think she has potential to be
big.
Like big. At least a journey, at least a journey person comedian. I think she could totally do that, but I think she has like good potential because she has great stage presence. She's super fun. She can do crowd work and she does regular stuff, and she's just super likable. And she's not gross either. She's just funny. And she got to open for Patton Oswalt last year in Grand Rapids, which was cool.
Wow, that's a big deal. Holy shit.
Yeah, so that's super cool. And then of course our good buddy Nicole Melnick, I think is very clever and
Nicole's
funny.
one of my, I told you guys I absolutely adore Nicole. That she just, I don't know, she reminds me of a cartoon character that
she does.
That she just
like a little yippy dog.
She's such a little like, oh my god, yeah. She's like a spicy chihuahua.
She's like, you remember the old cartoons where there was the bulldog on Tom and Jerry, but then he eventually got a little boy.
Yes.
The little boy bulldog. That's kind of who she's like.
I like when the bulldog on Tom and Jerry gets like the little kitten or like a duckling or something. Like,
and the cat's like ruffling his back to get comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like,
yeah.
Ah, man, yeah. Those are always fun. I like Nicole just is such a funny, like, she will go for the throat kind of person that I love. I love if somebody's being weird in an audience or just being too vocal or something, she'll fucking go after them. Or like we just did the Dirty Show, so that's that weird like erotic art show downtown at the Russell Industrial Center. And one of the guys who sells art there, Jeremy Hansen, shout out Jeremy Hansen, River's Edge Gallery in Wyandotte, Michigan, shout out. He is a comic as well, but he organized this every day. So the thing goes 4 days. It's like 2 separate weekends, Friday, Saturday, 2 separate weekends. Organizes this comedy show during the erotic art show. And Nicole goes on the one night I'm on the last Saturday of the opening, and she goes up and she just forgot where she was. And she just has this thing where she's like, I don't know what's happening. I can't remember my jokes. So give me a second. She like pulls her phone out. She's like, yeah, talk amongst yourselves. And it just fucking killed my brain. It just made me laugh so fucking hard. And I'm like, God, I love her so much. It was just the most perfect way to phrase it. And like, it was just a long room, bad speaker, echo, like very echoic room, very like one directional mic. It was so bad. And then just talk amongst yourselves.
That sounds
I
like
just
that's
lost
a
my
Nicole move.
shit, dude. She's such a brilliant, like, what a perfect thing to say at the time. It was
What's really
so
cool
good.
is like whenever she does something cool, like she was at the Den and she got to open for a comedian at the Den Theater in Chicago. And whenever she does something cool, I'll go on there like, hey, I know her. I got to open for her. So like I get to say that for like it's kind of the nice thing because we do all these showcases and and shows and stuff. So I've had all these people on and I host. So technically, I'm like I was on the same show with this person.
You were her straight
guy. Someday when they're big, like I always.
I was the straight guy.
Yeah,
for our Pride show.
He was her straight man.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, last year for our Pride show.
Pride show.
Yeah, we had 6 comedians who were LGBTQIA, and then Nicole's idea was like, she's like, let's have the opener be a straight opener.
For each comedian.
So each comedian had to pick their own straight person to be their opener.
We got to find a straight white guy to fill this role.
Yeah, so she picked me. I'm not white. Always
He's
remember
I
that.
know you're
brown.
not. You're sorry. I'm sorry. I know you're Mexican.
Yeah,
And
so
not a Mexican.
there's no such thing
I
as a
know.
Mexican. They don't exist.
They're all
Mexicans.
able and ready
Exactly.
and willing.
So yeah, so
I
she
know.
actually that's that flyer right there. Actually, right there, that one.
See?
Rainbow
there.
flyer,
See
that
it?
one.
There, see it? See it?
See it? See it? Yeah. So that was a great
See
show. So we actually, yeah, we're in the process of planning our Pride show. I just messaged her this not too long ago. I was like, hey,
I
got a date. Gotta
love
figure
her.
out what we're doing.
She is Lansing's best comedian 3 years in a row for a reason.
Yes.
Right. But she's left it undefended because she's in Detroit. So
I love how she's like the other day on something. She's like, I'm riding this into the ground.
yeah, but and like she said though, they at one point they elected a dog to that position. So
Yeah.
stealing
Oh, I
Nicole's
love her.
joke. So Nicole, you probably have to listen.
God,
can have
she's
credit
Stealing your
for it.
jokes.
She is so fun.
Stealing
gave
your
I
her
love all of
credit.
them. I love Dante Lillard, and I love Niles Noack. Her dudes that she's with all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The dog. Oh, what the hell is
Dog
their
comic
production?
Dog
Productions.
Comic Productions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, Dog Comic
And
Productions.
Chase, too.
Yep, and Chase, who's in Chicago. So shout out to the
Chase is in
dogs. Shout out to the dogs.
Dogs.
To the dogs. All
Oh my
right,
God, I
so
love
now moving on to something else.
Yes.
To break it up a little bit, I think it's time to do Swans.
Wait, you didn't tell us about your female comedian. You told us who you liked, but you didn't say
Maria Bamford, but what else?
what you like about female comedians or whatever the whole.
I need the
Your opinion
breakdown
of
of
comedian.
what
Oh,
you
my opinion of
dislike,
female comedians.
what you dislike, and what you do like.
Okay,
What-
I like. I
you
think
like
that my
kooky
opinion.
broad.
Yeah, my opinion in general of comedians is all the same, whether they're men or women. It's the same.
Okay,
Don't be a hack.
fair.
Don't be hacky.
Yes.
Don't be overly gross, dirty. I mean, I think we're kind of
Yeah.
beyond that. I think that
Yeah.
once we got past like, the ones who pulled it off really well, can't do it anymore. It's just, it seems
Cringy?
gross. And maybe it's because I'm older now and I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't find that as funny, but I also feel like there were masters who already did it, and anybody doing it now is really trying to be them, and you can't. It's like impossible. You can't be Eddie Murphy at his time, in his prime.
Right.
You can't be Robin
Right.
Williams as you can't be Richard fucking Pryor. I'm sorry. You can't
No
pull
prior.
it off. There's not.
Saget's super dirty. You
Yeah,
can't.
and he's dead,
emulate
so you
that.
can't emulate that. And he's
Yeah.
dead. So
Yeah.
none of the greats trying to do it is you're just going to be hacked because it's not going to. It's going to
Yeah.
sound like you're trying to be them. And I think part of the problem is with a lot of the comedians once they get big is when they write their sets now, they're really only telling stories. So they're not even really writing jokes anymore. And they can actually be hack because they're not being hacked. They're just telling you about your life, which is the same thing you relate to. Whereas the rest of us are like, hey guys, you can't just you're not a big comedian. You have to do something original. So if you're not doing something original, my brain just shuts off. I will laugh at everybody though. I do try to laugh at everybody. If there's even something that's remotely interesting, I'll laugh. But I don't like hackiness, period. I can go to different cities and hear the same shit from different
A
comedians.
lot
I'm
of
like,
stuff overlaps.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm like, and I tell that to people who
And it's like, they stole my
comedy.
joke. They
Like,
stole my
no.
joke. I'm like, dude, they didn't steal your joke. Like, there's. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
yeah, if I tell a joke that I feel like it's similar to somebody else, I won't tell it. And then I have some of my comedian friends are like, oh, well, there isn't anything that hasn't been done, and it's just your take on it. I'm like, that may be true, but I don't think so. I'm like,
There's always
a
new stuff all the
possibility.
I don't know. The world's always evolving. There's always new stuff all the time. So that's I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm torn on that ideal of like everything's already been done. It's like, well, not everything's already been discovered yet.
The problem is you have to pick something that's relevant. So
Yeah.
something that you might find
Yeah.
interesting still has to relate to your audience. And if it doesn't relate to your audience, then you're shit out of luck.
And something topical, like if you are going to cover some news story or something, like obviously everybody's going to have a joke about it, but you're going to have a different take on it than somebody else, or you're going to have a different way to turn it. Like,
yeah,
I'm back and forth on that. I don't know. It depends.
I'd like to take this moment in the podcast to say, fuck you, Russia.
Again. All the way off.
Fuck off,
In
Russia.
case you guys
Fuck
forgot.
you. In case anyone forgot, fuck you, Russia. Raised during the Cold War. Fuck you, Russia. Went in the army in 1991, and they showed us Russian propaganda training films. Fuck you, Russia. Fuck you. I'll take any of your soldiers out, even at my age. Fuck off. Okay. Moving on.
And then.
He'll surprise you. He'll surprise you by his age.
Yeah. And then.
And
All
then.
right, moving on.
Moving
Swan, would you like to take this moment to do your manic minute, and then we'll get back to chatting?
Sure.
All right. Well, this is the section of the show. Kate, we have a section of the show called Swan's Manic Minute. This is where Swan. This is where Swan will rant for a straight minute. Let me get my timer.
And I have my topic.
Will you just?
You have to give my brain at least like a minute to think of what it's going to say. You can't just spring it on me and then start the timer, right?
The topic is decaf coffee.
Okay.
Okay. So let me get my timer. You pull it up here. Since you're so rude and you have to know. All right. So now we've reached the part of the time of the show where we all get to take a brief glimpse into Swan's psychosis. Prepare yourself, for this is Swan's Manic Minute.
It's one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response will you even consider the rest of my thoughts. Everyone in this room is now done for having listened to me. There will be no point, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Decaf coffee. What's the fucking point? Like, how do you decaf the coffee anyway? How do you take the fucking caffeine out of the coffee? I have no idea. I don't want to know. It's fucking ridiculous. What's the point? It's a waste of a coffee filter. It's a waste of water. It just tastes like dirty water. You might as well just drink dirt water. Dirty coffee, dirty water, dirty coffee. I can't talk. Decaf coffee is so dumb. Why? Who the fuck drinks decaf coffee? Drink warm water or drink tea. Tea is like dirty water too. I don't like tea. Don't like tea. Coffee. Drinks. We need coffee. We need lots of coffee. We need all the espresso. Give me the extra. That's what they do. That's what decaf coffee is. They take the caffeine out and they put it in the espresso. I'm pretty sure that's what they do. That's how they make espresso. They just take the caffeine from the decaf coffee. Probably should have some more coffee. I should have more coffee because I like coffee. I probably drink half a cup of coffee every day. If you switched it to decaf, I would know. I'm pretty sure I'd fucking know. I wouldn't be able to concentrate. It's probably like my ADD. It's like my ADD medicine. I need it. It's like caffeine and coffee. Yeah. Decaf coffee. This is stupid. Why?
All right. So that was completely nuts. Thank you, Swan,
You're welcome.
for your
Mania.
Manic Minute.
Yeah. What is the point? How do you decaffeinate coffee?
What's up with
What's
that?
up with that?
What's the deal?
What's the deal
with decaf
coffee?
How does one decaf a coffee? Am I
Exactly.
right? You guys know what I'm talking about. What's the deal
It's true. I don't like him though.
with paper straws?
Paper straws are dumb. Yeah.
Oh, all right, Swan. Nice
Just
job.
no straw. Just go with
Nice.
no
Wasn't
straw.
that the other Orange Day one banning
Yeah,
paper
it's gonna bring
straws?
back plastic straws.
I don't know if you guys know this, but in certain social circles, I am known as a master carver. It's true. Yeah, I'm not good at prep or serving, but carving, I'm awesome.
Do you carve with your teeth?
Well, it's in certain social circles. Like we were at a shindig recently, and some carving was necessary, and so they're like, "Hey, yeah, you're here. It's kind of your thing. You mind knocking it out?" I was like, "All right," but then this dude's like, "Nah, bro, you get to carve last time."
Like,
And I was like, "Hey, man, I'll tell you what, because this guy sucks. He's not a good carver."
it's a
He
very
wanted-
bizarre machismo thing of I. That's like grilling. I'm a
Yeah.
big griller.
Exactly. He
Dudes
wanted
get-
to carve, but he's
Dudes
terrible.
get real weird about a broad grilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said,
the
I tell you what,
carving-
man. Tell you what, man.
Yeah.
If you let me carve, I will give you the wishbone.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. So you know what this douchebag had the nerve to say to me?
Talk about it.
He said, "You must think I'm an idiot. Everybody knows babies don't have wishbones."
I walked right into that.
So
I
I-
heard that
yeah.
the other day, and I
So I stabbed him.
So he,
I
Hello.
say you that thing. I say you that insane thing that Bob Odenkirk, where they had the like old country buffet training videos.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good. It was fun.
Oh God.
Nobody steal my joke, by the way, bastards.
Yeah.
Nobody steal
Yeah,
my.
that's
Nobody
a true
steal my.
story.
Nobody steal my baby carving joke.
It's a true story and a bit. Leave them alone.
Exactly. That's how you get people to walk right into that joke.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I fell for it. I told you. Jazzleneck gets me every time because I'm a sucker.
That's why he's
She wants to
great.
carve, though. She wants
Twice
to know
now.
if she can.
No,
Yeah.
I'll give you the wishbone. Told you.
Oh,
Give
I
you the
do like a wishbone.
Babies
One
don't
of
have
those weird,
wishbones.
creepy broads. I like bones. I like weird stuff.
Babies don't have wishbones, but you can have the hyoid cartilage.
Mm.
That'd be, yeah. I don't know. Clavicle. I mean, it's not a wishbone, but
No. You can snap it.
yeah. Hyoid.
Well, truly, though, it wouldn't be joined anyway because it's just cartilage at that point. It's not.
they're kind of
fused.
mush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of rubbery. Babies are rubbery. They bounce, you guys. You know
They
if you
do.
know
They
that.
are
Babies
very
bounce.
rubbery.
They're very bouncy.
The fontanelle's not closed yet. Like that's.
I have seen the cutest babies at work recently because
Aw.
it's that time of
Aw.
year. It's thankfully it's almost over because usually.
Cute baby season?
Oh well, they're most of them
almost
are cute.
carving
Oh my god,
season,
I
though.
saw one almost carving season. I sharpened my knife. No, I saw this cute baby the other day that worried parents messaged me, and I was like, "That is just the
Oh.
cutest baby." I was like, "Hey, baby," and she's like smiling and laughing. Like, your
Yeah.
baby's fine. Most of the time, the baby's
It's a happy baby.
happy baby, happy baby.
When you're seeing your baby like this, all limp, that's not
No,
fine.
that's not a happy baby.
limp
Or if
baby.
they're stiff
not-
as a board.
Or blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue baby,
great.
not good.
Blue babies.
Stiff
Not great.
baby, not good.
Yeah, not
No.
great.
A red swollen baby. That's a baby in a microwave. Not good.
Not great.
Not good.
Also,
Not
Ooh,
great.
maybe that we could put out a manual based on this.
don't shake your baby.
Don't shake your baby.
I really want to get that T-shirt.
There's got to
though.
be a sweet spot though. Who is that? Hannah Osborne, local comic. Got to be a sweet spot. You can shake them a little, right?
Like a-
no.
A little bit of bouncing. Bouncing is okay. Shaking
little-
is bad.
Shaking
Squeezing,
bad.
squeezing,
Yeah.
light
Grip-
squeezing.
Grip them up a little tight.
You got to hold on to them. They're slippery,
They
You
are
just papoose them.
sticky.
You just papoose them. Papoose them. I love babies. This is so goofy. You know what I think is just so cute about babies is when you give them the little, what do they call it, the puffs?
Yeah.
Those things.
Yeah.
Oh,
what they're
those little
called?
like
Yeah, the
dissolvable.
little, uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
Those little stars.
They grip them with their little hands and they're just like, or they'll just
Oh,
put it in their little
yeah.
palm. And
They're
like,
like, yeah.
yeah, it's hilarious.
It's so cute when they're figuring out that.
They
Yeah.
have thumbs.
The little
and
tactile.
fingers.
They're like,
Ugh, yeah. I got a thing for claw machines.
oh,
Got a lot of things. I got a big claw machine thing. So when those babies are figuring out the
you get wet.
pinch,
That's gross.
Woo! No. No.
I get moist. I what did you say? You got a thing?
Damp, dude.
Like I
Dude.
got a thing for claw machines.
You get damp when you see a claw machine. Dude.
Yeah, how do you feel about Mr. Krabs?
The claw machine. Can you like actually win a prize on that? Because I'm terrible
Woo.
at it.
I got a problem. I don't gamble too much, but a claw machine.
Do you set yourself a limit, like $5 and that's it, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta limit. You gotta
This is like
hard
a late
out
night.
at
At like 3 a.m., we need to go to a Denny's
Yeah.
and just be like, give her a bunch of quarters and just
Dude.
watch her. That'd be
oh
hilarious.
yeah. Just turn me loose, bro. It's gonna be crazy.
I want the
I,
minion. The minion. Get me the minion.
You have to. You can't always get the one you want because it might not
right.
be available.
You gotta
There's a
you gotta
strategy.
take what you can get.
I don't want the brown rabbit.
But Yeah.
I don't want the brown rabbit that was originally pink. I don't want that one. I don't want
One
that.
of the best ones I ever saw was at a bowling alley in one of the really, really shitty claw machines at a bowling alley. And it was a bear that had an embroidery on it that said 100% angle. I'm like, I think they're supposed to mean 100% angel, but they fucked that up. Yeah, I was left once. The fiance and a friend went back to the car to drink at Cedar Point, so they left.
You have a
And
fiance?
I was like,
His name is Nick.
Yeah,
What's
that
his
guy.
name?
His
that
name is
guy,
Nick.
His name,
That guy. We talked about him a minute ago, but it
have you?
It's
The
a,
name-
this is what you call a
name-
callback.
This is the first I've heard of it. This is the
the
first I've
name
heard
doesn't
of it.
matter. The name doesn't matter. The claw machine is what matters.
The claw. The claw. The claw knows all.
He abandoned me to go drink in the car, and
He might have a drinking problem. Maybe a
It's
drinking
cheaper if you do it in
Maybe a
the
drinking
car.
problem there.
It's much
if you go
cheaper
out
in
to
the car.
because A, Cedar Point doesn't have booze. B, if you go to like Chili's or whatever, the little things on the boardwalk, drinks are ridiculous. In Ohio, half cuts cocktails. All their booze is half cut, so it's like should be 70 proof. It's like 35 proof.
Well,
when
it's
you're getting a drink.
Ohio, so no one should
Ohio
go there
stinks.
anyway.
It stinks.
No offense,
But when
Ohio.
you're dumb and you're in your 20s, you kind
The
of
only
like
thing
going to
that's
Cedar
cool
Point.
about Ohio is Cedar Point.
Yeah. So
No,
back
the
when
other
we
thing that's
still
cool
would
about
do that-
Ohio is Dave Crumbly. Shout out to Dave Crumbly.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Shout out Dave Crumbly in all his multiple rooms.
God, I don't
He's
know
got
how
a
you're
lot of
doing it.
rooms. You
Don't
guys
know how you
check
do it,
him
man.
out.
You got like 30 rooms going.
That's like Toledo, though.
He's
It's
got a
so
lot.
close to Michigan that it's just basically Michigan.
Toledo's just across the border, so I'll
Yeah.
make the exception to go to a Crumbly room.
Yeah.
There you go.
Shout out Dave Crumbly. But
Back to the claw machine.
The claw.
the Cedar Point trip, it was like drizzling, and I'm like, I'll just wait in the arcade.
Now, who were
has
you with at this time?
Our friend Bobby, who liked drinking, and my fiance Nick. The name doesn't matter. The name doesn't matter.
Would you say his your fiance? Do
The
you say call him
claw
fiance
machine.
because you took French? So you're
It's
like,
because
"Ah,
she
fiance."
has that little
Because they're
Fiance.
French.
she has that little
I have
accent
the
over her
accent.
name,
I
so
do.
that's
I
you
do
can
have
say
the
fiance.
accent. We've been
That's
engaged
my
for-
fiance.
Yeah.
We've been engaged for 7 years.
Oh, it's time to give it up then. Aren't you just married? Aren't you common? Oh,
Whatever.
We don't have a common law.
We've owned a house together since 2011. I'm like, we have everything except the papers. I'm not a dog. I don't need the papers. We're not religious. If that's
I'm good
fair.
with that.
Whatever.
I feel like that's
Whatever.
like fine.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Michigan doesn't do common law either.
No.
We'd be long in if we did common law. but
I just found out my
Michigan
dogs
does
are
not.
racist.
It's true.
Holy shit!
I know.
A lot of
15
dogs
years.
are racist. It's not
15
just
years. I did
her.
not
A lot
know.
of dogs are racist.
It just dawned on
I
me
had-
when I was writing my set. I was like, my dog's racist.
I had a German Shepherd. She did not care for anyone who wasn't white. I'm not gonna lie about it. She was weird about it.
Why would you?
It was her. It wasn't me. It was her. She was a dog. Whatever. I don't know what colors. They see. I don't know.
I was writing my cute set because I'm hosting Friday for Dan Leach again at the Cricket. And I was writing my set and I was like, oh my
Shout
God.
out Dan Leach.
Shout out
Oh,
to Dan
yeah.
Leach. I just realized that my dog is racist.
Great
so,
room.
Yeah, I just wrote that in. I just wrote that into my set. I'm like, my dog is racist. What?
A lot of dogs are racist, unfortunately. I don't
Yeah,
know.
she's
why.
racist against me.
Only against him though.
Brown people in general.
Fake brown people. Mexicans.
hmm
Mhm.
I'd like to take this moment in time to say fuck Russia.
Can I
and,
want to
uh,
hear the claw machine
I doubt
story.
that they have
Okay, go
claw
ahead.
machines.
They probably
really-
don't.
Russia probably doesn't have claw machines. And if they did, they'd all be fixed. And you could probably only get like a
Uranium.
carrot or something out
Let's
of
get
them.
uranium.
Uranium would be nice though. Uranium's profitable.
All right,
You
back
can
to the
get
claw machine.
vodka. You can get vodka out of a vending machine in a can in Russia. I mean, that's kind of cool, right?
No.
Oh, vodka's a shit liquor. There you go.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Russia. The only vodka that's good is,
Yeah.
is vodka that's not made in Russia or any other fucking similar country. As a matter of
The
fact,
claw
we just bought
machine.
vodka. Where did we buy it from? Amsterdam. That's where it was
Yeah.
from. Yeah,
Mm.
fuck that.
Mm.
Get all your vodka from the Netherlands. And get your whiskey
Yeah.
from
What is
Canada.
it?
Since
And
the
your-
US is being stupid.
They make that Vincent Van Gogh vodka. Buy that.
Fuck.
You'll get a cool bottle.
What happened with the claw machine?
What about
claw
the claw
machine.
machine?
From Cedar
So I'm
Point.
abandoned.
She's
Oh, okay.
abandoned.
I'm abandoned. I'm by myself in all of Cedar Point, all by my lonesome.
That might be what abandoned means.
I'm in a, well, relax. I'm in a, I decide to stay in the arcade, which if you guys know that giant arcade that's at Cedar Point, it's about a football field probably of an arcade. Great claw machines. They're not too fixed. They're gone. Maybe 45 minutes, come back. I have a hoodie on. The entire hoodie is stuffed animals crammed everywhere. And they're like, what the fuck? I'm like, you shouldn't have left me. Why did you leave me?
So what do you do with those when you get them? Like
So,
donate them to
you
an
wanna go on-
orphanage?
Yeah. The next ride that we go on, I just abandoned them in one of the lockers and didn't lock it.
So you just
somebody
spent
will-
$8 million.
Somebody will find.
And
I only spent $15.
so, she might be good at the claw
I
machine.
have
Couldn't
a problem.
you have like sized up if you had like 15 of them? Can't you trade them in for a big one? Doesn't work
And
like
what
that?
does
Not
one
the
do with a big
arcade.
one?
Oh, I don't know.
Not in the arcade. The arcade isn't like the. I know what you mean of
The
like
carny
the
games?
carny games. Yes, the carny games. You could do that and trade up, but no. The arcade games are a separate entity.
I've never ventured
It's-
into the arcade
it's-
at the Cedar
The arcade
Point.
there is pretty fun. It's old school. It's like you're 80s kids. It has a whole vibe to it. I don't know how to explain. It's very 80s arcade.
There's a pretty cool
Very
car.
fun.
There's a cool arcade
Retro.
in South Haven.
Yeah.
South Haven has
Nice.
a cool
Yeah.
arcade.
Yeah.
Good time.
I don't know. Next time I'm out on your end of town, we'll find a claw machine and I'll
right,
see what
we'll
I can
do it.
do.
Yeah.
No promises. If it's rigged, if it's not a fair one,
You'll know right away. This claw machine's bullshit.
I'll call it right away.
How many
The ones with
quarters
the
does it
ducks-
take before you're like, yeah, this
It
is
depends.
rigged?
It depends on how much I want, what I think I can get.
That motherfucking
And then I just
iPhone
give
in
it
there.
away. If we go to like Dave and Buster's or something, I just need the win. I need the W. I don't need the prize. I give the prize away immediately. A child will walk by. I'm like, here you go, kid.
And that kid's
But
like, yes, you're
I
the
need-
best.
I need the W.
I am not that desperate. I no.
She's like the worst crack addict ever. She's like,
It's
oh,
so
yes, I
bad.
got, and I don't need it.
Oh, no.
I need the win.
Just needed that adrenaline rush from winning.
I don't know.
She just goes
I was never
around-
good in sports. I don't know. I guess that's the thing that I can.
Swan is good at every sport known to man except for ones that involve a ball.
Yeah, no ball sports.
No ball sports.
Right.
She's good at everything, but
Get
better,
the
better
heck
than
off.
everybody. Just nothing that involves a ball.
She's like, I'm stumped.
She's like, what would that entail?
Cross country skiing,
Ooh,
regular skiing.
ooh, I might not be good at those sports
You're-
either.
Swan, you said you're
I
good
could
at every
be if
sport.
I've never really given them a fair try.
You're-
So
you're better
Were you
than
a track
everybody.
kid? Track
No.
kid?
no, I was a swimmer.
Track and field?
swimmer.
Oh, swimming. That's good though. If you live in Michigan, it's good to be a good swimmer.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good.
Eh,
Ball sports. What about discing? You guys like some disc golf or something like that?
I've never played disc golf.
I
She
like
never
disc
will
golf.
either.
I will never play
I-
disc golf.
I suck at disc golf, but I do like walking around in the woods. I do like that.
That's
aspect
another
of it.
thing. That's another thing.
Yeah, I like walking
like
around
so
the
do
woods too,
serial
but
killers.
I like walking around the woods also, like camouflaging myself, watching
Yeah.
other people, trying to determine what the distance is between how far, when they'll hear the reports and when they fall, that sort of thing.
Right.
Otherwise, yeah,
I like that too.
as long as they can't tell, where it's coming from. Or if it's if there's easily accessible trees and I can drop from a tree very successfully onto them and slit their throat.
That would be fun.
Also cool.
Surprise. Yes.
Maybe some
It's
spear.
very claw machine like. I respect it.
Yeah, maybe some
respect
spear.
it.
Maybe some spear action. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's like carving
Yes.
prep.
No prepping. I don't prep. I carve.
Would You have to like do the
I
claw
also
machine
dress.
first.
I also
to-
dress. I carve and I dress. I do dress
Ah.
also.
You roll up your sleeves for the carving?
Mm.
Do you wear an apron?
To be a master carver, you don't make much of a mess. You really don't.
True.
Sure,
Not
you're
a lot of
good.
splashback if you're doing it right.
You know, this is what's really sad is that, and I don't think there's anything wrong with me. So members of the Great Slaptail Nation, just email me and let me know if this is a problem. Slaptailsquad@gmail.com. You can also message me on Instagram, Facebook. When you're dressing a deer, okay,
He got a little hard, you guys.
do you find it comforting and warm when you're pulling out the organs and you're cutting the trachea to release, and when you're in there, it's like you're like, yeah, it's nice and warm in here. Is that normal? I just want to know, because if it is, great. If it isn't, forget I said anything.
Like you want to like crawl inside.
No, it's just like it's so warm in there.
Well, that's because you sit outside and freeze your
You're
ass
outside in
off
the
for
cold,
hours.
freezing your ass off.
Yeah, but it feels like
I mean, I might want to put my hand in it too. Oops, my bad.
Yes.
it's just
The-
that. Yeah.
The cutting of the trachea. Oh, I'm hitting my mic too. The cutting of the trachea is a bizarre texture.
Yeah, it's like spongy.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. Yeah.
It's got a resistance to it that I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with it. It's different.
What's interesting is that, you know,
The
everybody like,
cartilaginous parts of
yeah.
it's different.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
you have to have
Yeah.
like you know, most people are like, "Oh, look at the size of this knife I used to dress the deer." And I'm like, "Why?" You want a nice, like my knife I have is like almost, it's like a tiny,
see
it's
you
like a
using a
bigger
scalpel blade.
It's basically what it is.
Yeah,
It's
I see.
like, the blade is
Do you have
about
one of those
that big.
hooky? It's only like this big, and it's a little hook thing that
Oh,
goes.
it's actually the knife that I use is actually I can't remember. I wish I knew the name of the company, but this company is awesome. They make really very good knives, and what they make them from is files. They make them literally from files. You know, like the big
Metal files,
the big
yeah.
metal files. That's what they make them from. And the one that they make, a lot of deer hunters have them because it's almost like a little scalpel blade. It's like this big, but it's like
Nice.
wider. and
Yeah.
that's what I
sharp
use.
as hell.
And it's very sharp, and that's what I use to do my
I
dressing.
like it.
Whereas everybody's like, I still do carry a big knife also, but that's not what I use to dress. I just carry one.
For the carving.
Well, I usually, and then I carry
Well, in
also
case you
like
come
a little-
across a meth head in the woods
right.
too,
And then I also have like a little handsaw that I use. So
you need a blade on you because you
In
never
case you
know
gotta
in
cut a
Michigan.
bitch.
West Michigan too, especially gets a little hairier out in
This
those
podcast
woods.
is not PETA friendly.
Hell no.
I think if you are PETA friendly, you
Chop
are
'em.
all about hunting because
Yeah?
that is what preserves the herd. You can't just, and this is something that when our alien invaders come and they are interested in crowd control, this is going to be the same idea. They're like, if there's too many of us, we're going to get like, we'll touch our noses and we'll get sick too. So, there has to be less of us. Although I don't think we would taste good.
I feel like we
Yeah.
probably not taste good.
One of the other funny things is when you dress out a buck, and I go, wow, my dick's bigger than his. That's pretty impressive, considering how big this buck is. It's impressive. But he might be a grower. They might not be
True.
showers. It's true. They
True.
might have just honking huge. Interesting, Swan. Did you know
When
this?
he's dead and it's cold out, can't
That's,
be too
yeah,
judgy.
I
Yeah.
should be more fair.
Can't
It's
be
true.
too judgy.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I was trying to make myself feel better, but,
I mean, I'm not trying to,
like, I'm hung bigger than a buck. Awesome. Did you know that every man is hung like a horse, basically?
Why?
Why? Because if you look at the proportion of how giant a horse is and how much they weigh, we are all, and if you break that down to like human size, we are basically all hung like horses.
Huh.
Think about it.
This is
I
what
am
you're.
thinking
That's how
about
his
it.
brain thinks. There's a little glimpse in.
This is science.
These aren't-
Science.
Hosting
all truth.
bits.
This is science. Science. Master Carver. Thank you.
And you'll learn nothing on this podcast.
That is also true. You will learn nothing on this podcast.
And I'd like to take this time now to say, fuck Russia.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Fuck Russia.
And the orange Cheeto.
Mhm.
And
Cheeto
the
and
couch
turd.
fucker.
Yeah. And the pale, washed up on the beach South African who can go suck a freaking big fat donkey dick. Fuck
Don't
him.
do that to the donkey.
Yeah, it's true, but you know what? But what
about a deer dick? What about
a dead deer dick?
A dead deer dick. No, let it be a live deer so they can like thump him in the head when he's done and just freaking. Actually, let it be a mule because the mule will just do the mule kick to the back
mule.
Of his neck.
Probably be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What if more men were hung like a donkey?
Still the same thing though. Donkeys, weight to size, proportion wise,
Yeah, but maybe they're like more compact, so it looks bigger.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Check out the donkey
Science,
dick.
Email slaptailsquad@gmail.com. Is it better to be hung like a donkey? Yeah. Is it better to be hung like a donkey or hung like a horse? I guess you would have to say
body to size ratio. Donkeys are strong, but then you'd get hybrid vigor if you have a mule. I need a mule expert in here, please.
I feel like it's sad to be a mule. I feel like
a mule. Yeah, when you're sterile.
Yeah, that's not fair. Because mules are pretty fucking cool.
Maybe it's cool for them. Like
maybe I guess maybe they can do as much
that,
tail.
Like, yeah, there's those dudes that like raw dogging all over town, and then they're worried. What if you're sterile?
I guess, yeah. I guess mules never have to worry about that.
Yeah, ligers, like.
Yeah. But if you're a donkey and you're like, I'm an ugly motherfucker, and then they walk a female horse in front of you, you're like, I get to fuck that, and the horse is like, oh god,
hell yeah, dude.
This shit ain't cool.
The horse is like this tiny guy.
No,
what's he gonna do for me?
Swan, do you even know what we're talking about?
Donkey fucking.
Yeah. Do you know what a mule is?
A horse and a donkey bred together that can't reproduce.
It is.
Just making sure you knew.
Yes.
This is educational.
Accurate.
Okay.
Accurate.
Just making sure you know.
Yes.
Could you pick them out of a lineup?
Probably not.
Compared to a donkey? Yeah, I could.
I mean,
yeah. Compared to a donkey?
Mule versus horse. Mule versus horse.
I mean,
they're just buff.
I was gonna say, aren't they like
not
thicker?
Lean.
Like
they're just like
they're like, taller, leaner, and their ears are longer.
Yeah, then they look like a horse's cut. And a mule is kind of like
stocky.
They're like just buff, but not cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Super cool. They are cool. We got to see them up close and
it's fun
in the Grand Canyon. I'm like, they are pretty dope.
Oh yeah. That'd be fun. I've never done that. I need to go out there. I've never done that.
I'm definitely not riding one down to the bottom.
No.
We saw them, but I was like, no way am I fucking doing that. I will walk. Thank you.
Walk it.
Yep.
I mean, what we did. I definitely trust them because they've been doing it like years and years and years.
They're pretty sure-footed. They don't want to die either.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
But I also am the person who goes on a horseback riding adventure with work and my horse takes a knee. And I'm like, this is a veterinary clinic outing. Like, I can ice this motherfucker if he broke his leg.
Well, I feel like those mules...
Luckily, he's all right. But I'm like, this horse fell when I was riding it. It's not good.
Aren't they like all tethered together? I can't remember. No, they're not. Because I was like, if one falls, then everybody
goes. Great plan, Swan. Let's have you plan those trips.
That would be funny.
Guys, for safety.
Let's just put us all together. Hold hands.
Not even do that. Let's use a chain to link everybody.
Chain gang, guys.
Let's just chain everybody together.
Yeah, see?
It's a great idea,
It's like going down the river. You chain together for safety.
For safety. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not have you plan any outings. Guys, we're going to rock climb, but no.
Chain together. Chain together. Nobody anchor.
Now, I know this is the first time that you've ever climbed. And there's a possibility you might fall. So we're just going to chain you to the rest of the experts.
Yes.
Great plan, Swan.
Yeah.
At least she's light. It'll be okay. They'll figure it out. They have anchors and stuff. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Somebody should have been pre-planning.
Yeah, Swan, note to self, never let Swan plan a climbing trip.
Or probably not parachuting either. That's probably a bad idea.
Ooh, parachuting would be interesting.
I'm done parachuting.
Skydiving, I've never done that. I'd be real. Somebody would have to push me out. But
they push you out. I did it. I didn't get pushed.
would
I
go.
jumped freely, but they said you can't come down in the plane. You're going out.
Well, they only have
Like,
enough
you
fuel
have
for
to go.
weight. Is that what it is?
No, I
Yeah.
think it's like a liability thing. They can't land with you.
Hmm.
Like you're going
Huh.
out because their liability insurance is for their pilot to land the plane, not you in it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Fascinating.
I
That's
think they
the
just
lies
tell
they
you
tell
that.
Yeah.
Right.
that's
Well,
the
they
lies
just
tell
told
you.
no one landed.
We all landed.
Well, we
What
all
goes up
went
must come
out the
down.
plane. We all went
Well,
out the
'cause you didn't
plane with the
splat.
parachute.
I was splatting.
That was the title of my Facebook post. We did it and we didn't splat.
Nice. I like the splat.
Super impressive that you jumped out of a plane strapped to a dude.
Thought he didn't want to die either. So
Hell yeah.
I'm safe. I was safe.
I need their help.
Yep.
No, thank you. I will pass.
I mean, they could strap you to a
You won't
woman
do
if
it?
you want to.
Beaveman?
No, I wouldn't do it.
60th birthday.
He did
You
it
see-
many
See
years
this?
in the military.
That's him there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. That's my alter beaver.
The nose
The
kind of looks like you.
beaver.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Aw.
The egg-shaped head.
Thank you. Thank you.
He
Don't be a
does like
douche.
those little thin glasses that they like. You know those memes where they like drop them down?
Yes.
I have one like that. All right. Well, I think this has been fun.
This has been something.
It's been a fun time. We'll probably wrap
I've
it up.
had fun. I've had fun.
I would like to thank Kate Dore
Yeah.
for being on the show.
I would like to thank her fiance Nick.
She's
Yeah.
wait. You have a fiance?
Yeah.
Wait,
I think his name is Nick.
what?
Is his Nick? Is his
Yeah.
name Nick? Oh,
Nick the Claw Machine?
that's the name of his cock claw machine. The pincer.
The pincer.
No, maybe that's
Dude,
the
what if it
name
had
of
a
her.
pincer on the end of it?
Oh,
Maybe that's my hoo-ha. What if my hoo-ha
Yeah,
is the claw
the
machine,
claw machine.
dude?
Hmm?
I think
That'd be
yours is the
pretty
clam
cool.
trap.
The clam trap?
Mm.
Clam
Hmm.
trap?
Mm.
No.
Clam trap. What's Swan's? The beak?
The
I don't know.
gash.
The beak.
Damn.
I
Well,
don't
you're the one
know.
who always says that. Put it in your gash.
Gash.
Yeah.
Gash is a good word for it.
The what did I say today? The curiosity box. That's
Yes.
what it is. One of the shows who I listen to in the morning, and one of our friends is on it. And one of their sponsors is Curiosity Box, which is this kit that
Oh yeah, the
it's
like,
the
curiosity
chemistry
stream
kit, yeah, all
thing.
that shit, yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, so I messaged on there. I was like, that's what I call my wife's box. It's more like the mystery box because I don't know what goes on there because I never get to access it, and I don't want to.
Yeah, fine.
I don't
cool.
care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Womp
I've
womp.
been married long enough. Don't care.
Don't care.
Don't
Mhm.
care.
Then you're kind of like,
Eh.
Yeah. So never get married.
eh,
It's,
eh.
never get married.
I wouldn't know what that's like.
Well, you don't have to worry about that. I mean, you're not even engaged.
No, she is. She has a fiance.
You have a fiance?
His name is Nick.
Oh gosh,
I don't know. I don't know who that
I totally
guy
forgot
is.
about
I don't
that.
know.
Do you have anything to promote, Kate? You got anything coming up?
Ooh, promoting.
Like
when
towards
does
the
this
end of
come out?
March.
Towards the end of March. March 28th, I'll be at Farver's. What is that? I don't know what city that is. Farver's. I'll get back to you guys. Somebody follow me on social media. I do a music podcast. I do a
She said
music
doo-doo.
podcast.
She
I
did.
said
She was
doo-doo a
singing.
couple
She was like
times.
doing it. Like do
Do-do,
do 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 do
do-do.
do do do.
My music podcast is called 3 Shots Down. It is a music history podcast.
Ooh.
If you guys like that kind of thing,
I don't. but
available
that's
on
cool.
multiple streaming platforms.
Harsh.
I do.
Do.
That I don't know. I do comedy shows randomly. If you guys are on the west side of the state, I will be at the Cricket again. I don't know when, and then Dormouse will make something happen. Right? We'll see. Maybe we'll
something
see
happen.
about Dormouse. So we'll make something. We'll figure that out. That'd be a lot of fun. I appreciate y'all. What do y'all got to plug? You all got to plug something.
I don't have anything to plug.
The show.
Well, we
got-
have a show
where's your
June
hosting
14th.
gig?
Actually, let's say June 14th.
June 14th.
All right.
June
all
14th
right.
will be our Pride show.
Oh, that'll be fun. Nicole Melnick, shout
To
out.
be determined. Who will be the headliner? We do not know. The features we do
That's
not
fun.
know, but it's going to be It's going to be huge. Fuck you, Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be the
bitch.
Pride Fuck you, Russia show.
No Cheetos invited.
No Cheetos.
Some-
It's
some
fuck the
tan
Cheeto in charge,
bitch.
couch fucker, and the washed up on the shore, pale ass South African piece of shit. There you go.
That apartheid
Apartheid loving
fund
piece of crap.
little
Inherited an emerald mine. Fuck piece of garbage.
fuck boy.
Yeah. And you know him.
Him and his hair plugs.
Him,
Him and his gender affirming care.
Vance, and Trump completing the three-way circuit. Cock to ass, cock to mouth, whatever you call it. There you go. Yep. the
Something like
circuit.
this.
Yeah, it's a
I can't
circuit.
make a triangle
Here's
anymore.
one, here's here, and then there.
That's all buttholes.
Yeah.
There you go. Fuck Russia.
There.
Shout out to the people of Ukraine. I know you guys probably don't.
Hell
listen,
yeah.
But people in the
Like
UK
my
do.
Yukis.
Hell yeah.
1/4 Yuki.
And as soon
Hell
as I
yeah.
get my shirts, I will be sporting them for my stand-up
Ooh,
and for podcasts.
shirts.
That's right.
Yeah.
Shout out to President Zelensky and the people of Ukraine. Never thought I would say that in my entire life, but there you have it. Anybody who
Hey,
opposes
he's a
Russia.
comic. We got to talk about him. He's a comedian
Oh, he was
too.
an actor. Isn't he an actor?
Both,
He's a
I
comic.
think.
He's
He
a
does comedy?
stand-up.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he
Yeah,
was stand-up.
he was a stand-up. Yeah.
Oh, he's a little fella for being Ukrainian. But yeah, that's it for me. Then I don't think I have anything to promote except for
Hell
June.
yeah.
That's it.
Hmm.
The cricket is going to be after the show. Well, cricket will already be out by the time this comes out.
Okay.
So, Swan. Oh,
Mhm. We have an
I shall
open
now
mic.
say
Oh.
adios, much fuckos.
And we have an open mic at the Dormouse every third Thursday
But not in March.
in Kalamazoo. Not in March, though, but if you're wanting time, reach out to Slaptail Squad at gmail.com or any of our social media stuff, Slaptail Nation, for time at the Dormouse.
Hosted
Bye.
by
Hosted by
Chewbacca
Nolan John Cock. Woohoo, go Nolan.
Nephew. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's in Kalamazoo, Michigan, folks, because if I didn't say that, the Dormouse Theater is in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Bye from the Swan.
Wow.
Yeah. Bring your fiancés.
Bring your fiancés.
Hell yeah. Bring your claw machines.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.